So the rays emitted by B also, anyway, A is already visible. After filling up the liquid, even the B should also be visible. So the emitted ray, the ray I'll draw the one line, straight line, then we'll take, yeah. Not correct. Okay, there's a one triangle I'm making. What is the angle of incidence? So this should be the normal, vertical should be the normal. Let's go for this. So this should be the angle of incidence. And this total angle should be the angle of refraction. So therefore this should be the, okay, we'll give the name. So let this be P, Q. I'll call this as T and this is O. So let this be H. Almost over, I think. So now get that diagram, so it'll be easy for you. This will be A, Q, P. So this should be the R. Then we have one more triangle, P, Q, B. This is R minus H. This QB is what have to be determined. And what is this angle? This is I. So fine. So this is the assumption. So okay, now let's get into the mathematical part. I think this will take more space. Okay, we'll have. So let's write the mathematical equations. No. So the first thing is the mu of a liquid is this one. So mu sin I is equal to 1 into sin R. So therefore, what is the value of mu? Mu will be sin R by sin I. Sin R, looking at the triangle sin R, shall we write AQ by AP? Look at the triangles. AQ by AP, and sin I will be BQ by or QB by PQ. BQ by BP. Further, this will be, I'll write it in this way. Okay, now it's all about mathematics. Problem is over. Okay, let's substitute all terms one by one. What is AQ? AQ, what we can write like a AS plus SQ. And further, AP, I can write it as AS plus SQ whole square plus QP whole square into BP. BP is here. BP, what we can write it as root of PQ. So what is the value of PQ? PQ will be R minus H. H is what I'm taking this one. So BP will be R minus H whole square plus QB whole square. Divided by, and okay, let me write BQ BQ we can write it as SQ minus SB. AS must be equal to A. SQ should be equal to R because SQ is equal to OP is equal to R. Look at the diagram. So therefore, what is SQ? SQ will be capital R. So AS plus SQ, so this should be A plus R whole square. Then PQ will be R minus H whole square into, this will be, QB will be SQ minus SB. We'll write it SQ minus SB. What can be SQ minus SB equal to? SQ is R. So what is SB? SB will be A. So directly let's write. So this will be R minus A whole square. One more, R minus H whole square plus A square. In any relationship can we bring equal to R square only? From where this equation I'm bringing? The equation which I'm taking L4 simplify. So we have what is like a QS is R, no? Look at this equation, from where this equation is brought it. So then neglecting the, so now solving further. So we'll get, this is R square will get eliminated. So R square plus H square minus 2RH. Take care of this and solve it all. He's asking now the whole of the disk is just visible to I in the same position. The value of D is telling. D is what? 2A. Check calculation. We'll get this one. I'll go for question number. Okay, somebody asked next question also. No? Let me check it. Question number 12. Okay, this should become parallel. So after it will undergo refraction here. After refraction, the ray will become like this. So then again it will undergo refraction. Again, the ray will undergo refraction. And now it will become parallel. Okay, I think so. No. Okay, can you apply the refraction at spherical surface formula? I'll write down the equation so that'll be easy for you. So come from reverse, from here you reverse. So this is at P2, P1. First you apply refraction at spherical surface. At P2 you apply it. So this should be the 1 infinity, refractive index of glass 1.5, and the ray appears to come from here, say I1. So this will be P2 I1. P2 I1 means not this one. Okay, let me write here some AI1. You write it BI1, you write it. So BI1 equal to 1 minus 1.5 minus R. So how to get this one? Again, the refraction will occur at P1. So this is at P2. Now at P1, you write the equation like this. At P1 mu, so the ray will be at AI1 minus of mu is 1.5, no? So 1.5 1 by so what is BI1? BI1, you can write it as BA plus AI1. So this should be R. AI1, substitute that, solve it. Only I think some 5 questions, little bit remaining, both the papers. Only in this paper, I think there's 5 questions are there, which are little bit. The rest all you could have managed very comfortably. Choice of question, I think very important here. That's what I feel. The choice of question. What questions you select, I think that will determine the score. Let me have water. Let me have water. Anybody questions here? Any questions here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll scroll down. Then yeah. 4 we have discussed in the notes. It's available. You might have forgotten. Any questions in paper 2, you can put in chat box. Everyone, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, then here. Any questions in paper 2, you can put in chat box. You look at the question number 7. Consider a large number of each with speed v. The direction of velocity is rendered in collection. Find the magnitude of relative velocity between pair of particles averaged over all pairs in the collection. What is the meaning? I think it's something related to KTG. In KTG, so this conditions will come. With each with a speed v, and they're moving in a different and the direction of velocity is randomly collection. Find the magnitude of relative velocity between a pair of particles. So what actually happens is like a, so we can assume any number here, but it's telling only between a pair. They will be moving like this. Are you get, you know? So let me take some pair. I'll take the pair, that pair as say 192. So they have velocities. So here, let's take this one. So these are having a velocity v. Or theta by 2, you write it. It's actually based on probability. They should not have asked here. Sir, how do we come to know we should think like this? It's a based on KTG. So based on the probability theory, that one, we do that one, but it's not at our level. Okay, anyway, like I'll just give some rough idea. So what would be the x component of relative velocity? V1, V1, 2x. V1, 2x should be equal to 2v cos theta by 2. So like it will cancel out, no? It will be 0. Then v1 to y. v1 to y will be 2v sine theta by 2. I took this particular pair like this. So this is relative velocity. So this you call it as v relative. I'll do one thing. I'll shift it down here. Call this is v relative. Now this v relative is what? Find the magnitude of relative velocity between pair of particles average over all the pairs in the collection. So how to take the like this, the different pair of particles you take average. So if I took the angular separation between them is how much theta. So like this, they're randomly distributed in all direction. Randomly distributed in the collection. So what is the random distribution? I think if you go around 2 pi will be the limit. So therefore this will be v relative is asking average of this one, no? V average relative, this should be equal to v relative d theta by integral of d theta. Anybody, what should be the limit? Random in all directions. So 0 to 2 pi, I'll put it. Different particles will have same, all particles will have same speed, but different particles will have different directions. So the randomly what happens 0 to 2 pi is what? I should be the limit here. It's based on probability theory, nothing to do that. Usually KTG, we start with probability theory. At our level, no, we just directly assume some postulates and we carried on. Any other questions? Paper 2, I think very known thing, almost known questions, nothing new. You should not give any reason for low score years. Definitely, I should question as a teacher. Paper one, okay, 5 questions. That one, leave that 6 questions. Okay, at least out of 18, no, leave 8 questions. The remaining 10 you should have done. If you are not done, means you are not read properly. You are not taught on the properly. There's a serious problem with what is a serious problem? You are not interested. You should recollect all the things, what all teacher taught, everything. Then you should go and practice few numericals. You should gain confidence. Some of you are not reading my notes directly, just taking some question and wants to try without what all you studied, forget how it is possible. Let me check your result. I'm very particular about some performance. It should be like, say, some minimum everyone should able to do. Okay, no. Any other questions?
12th D option, sir.
Question?
12th D option.
12th D option. Yeah. You find out the as a result of isobaric heating by 72K 1 mole of certain ideal gas obtains an amount of heat. This one. So we have Q is equal to NCP delta T. One more is telling Q what we have, and delta T, check it the value of CP. So then look at the CP. It's a mixture of monoatomic and diatomic gases. If it is only monoatomic gas, what would have been CP? 7/5. Diatomic, sorry, 5/3. CP for monoatomic, how much it is? 5/3. This is for mono. This is diametric will be 7/5. Check it. So what this CP will be? Mixture of means again the total number of moles will be, it will be N by gamma minus 1 equal to N1 gamma 1 minus 1. I think mixture of gases, if you can remember this formula, you can take help of this also.
Sir, it should be gamma, not CP.
Okay, so sorry. CP will be 5R/2, no? Only. And this will be 5R/2, 7R/2. CV will be 3R, CP will be 5R/2 for monoatomic, and diatomic it will be 7R/2. So what value will get it? CP, check it now. Gamma 1. I think we have to cross verify. We don't have any direct thing. We have to just cross verify thing. Gas could be a mixture of monoatomic and diatomic.
It is not
gas.
possible, sir.
Not possible. Huh?
No, sir.
No. Actually,
Compositions. After solving, I'm getting negative.
N1, N2. So some values of N1, N2 you have to assume. Gamma 1, let's assume gamma 1 will be 5R/3. Okay, I'll do one thing.
Sir, we can use gamma equal to N1 CP1 plus N2 CP2 by N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2.
That one, okay. I'll do one thing. Directly, I'll write it. You can see here. There's a mixture. This will be now N we know it is 1. We are very sure. So this will be 3N1/2 plus 5N2/2. Gamma minus 1. Okay, this will be, they'll have some proportion. So you calculate, that is what effective CP again gamma R by gamma minus 1. Okay, this you can also write N R gamma by gamma minus 1. Number of moles is 1. Okay, with this, some values of N1, N2. We know gamma by gamma minus 1.
Sir, for isobaric process, we can write directly gamma equal to heat supplied by change in internal energy.
Q equal to, okay, this one, yeah. I'll do one thing. Yeah, what you said, NR delta T. So this will be delta U. NR delta T will be delta U gamma minus 1. This will become gamma delta U. With this, we'll get the gamma. Okay, this gamma now substitute here. So N1, N2, some values, will it satisfy? You have to check it. If this gamma is purely 5R by 3, then it'll be monoatomic. Purely this gamma is 7 by 5 diatomic, but the gamma value is somewhere other than then definitely open, it can be mixture. Check gamma. Gamma, is it a 5R by 3 or 7 by 5?
1.6, sir. Option C is correct.
1.6. Huh? Okay, 1.6, I think not possible. No? 5 by 3 will be 1.5 by 3. How much will you get exactly? 1.667. So it is not, then 7 by 5 will be 1.4. So it's telling 1.6 is telling, oh, very near. Huh? I think we can just say it's a mixture, no? Definitely. If it were equal to 1.67, I would have said monoatomic, 1.4 diatomic. It is not equal to 1.67, 1.4. So somewhere, okay, we can say it's a mixture. I need not to go for N1, N2. Only I should check for gamma. Gamma, is it equal to 5 by 3 or 7.5? If either of none of these values, then it should be a mixture. Okay, just give an idea. You need not to think this much is not needed. Just only to explain, I just took help of this condition. Next one. Any questions, you just input it. Shall I go for means? Any questions here? I'll come for. So we have vessel here like this. height of water column is the vessel is exposed to atmosphere having constant temperature minus theta degrees Celsius. Theta naught, it is okay, minus theta. This is the water loses heat to surrounding and ice is formed. Okay, this is, I think we have this formula, no? So this will be the layer of ice which will be formed. Density of ice, rho I, rho W. The temperature of this, let it be theta, 0 degrees Celsius. Initial water column is, so some height it will melt. The decrease in level of water in the vessel. So some heat what will happen. So this particular layer will, so what it does, it will exchange heat with the surroundings. The topmost layer of water will exchange it, no? So as it condenses, as the, or say better say, like as the water freezes, what will become ice, then thickness of ice layer will keep on increase. Then this is having thermal conductivity K. The decrease in level of water in the vessel. Earlier it was H naught. Now that X is what is asking. So for say this much of layer of ice to be formed, some heat has to escape to the surroundings. So that Q equal to ML, you can write it. And that Q open will be transferred by this. Take help of, at any time it is asking, following questions at when there is a part of ice water in the vessel. So now you get into the problem. Now what method you have to apply? So the heat transferred here will write it H here. So what is H is equal to? H is equal to Ka, thermal conductivity of the rod, or any area of cross section of given. Okay, not needed. Okay, get eliminated. So the H should be equal to, let me write equation. This H should be equal to Ka, temperature 0 minus theta by thickness is X. For this to happen, what happen? Some amount of water or pen should freeze, no? So that you calculate Q equal to MLF. And this Q is what? Q by T. This Q by T is what? H here, no? I'll write one more equation. H equal to Q by T. So this will be MLF by T. Equate and solve it now. I think you should go for this one. What is M? M you should write again rho into density of ice into area of coction. This will be dx. Then you should integrate. The expression for thickness of ice with the time. Okay, that only you are supposed to apply it here. Okay, we'll take the mains. Half an hour is left over. Somebody, question number 40. Huh? Yes, I'll come. No. Question number. Deviation produced by the prism. Question number 40. Mu minus 1 into E. Mu is 1.5 minus 1 into angle of prism 4 degrees. So 2 degrees is what deviation. So this will be delta. This should be delta. This should be delta. Now how the ray what happened here, you better think like this. The ray wanted to go straight here. What is the deviation produced by the mirror? There's a deviation produced by the mirror, no? So this angle. This is the deviation produced by the prism. So what is the total? If the mirror is rotated through angle theta, then the light ray becomes horizontal after passing second time from the prism. Again, it should incident normally. I'll draw the diagram. With respect to center of prism, we'll take it. So it should be incident normally. Then what will happen to this? This will retrace the path. So how much the mirror should be rotated? Okay, fine. Shall I rotate by 4 degree or 2 degree? Just wait. I'll come to. Question number 40. So this is the, I should rotate it by how much? Okay, the mirror rotates to an angle, then the reflected ray should rotate. This one, the reflected ray should rotate by how much? Should rotate by 4 degrees. So the mirror I should rotate by 2 degrees. Is it like this? 2 degrees should come. What is the option given?
1 degree.
1 degree. 2
Sir,
degrees
1
should
degree
come.
only will come, sir. If the mirror is rotated by 1 degree, the ray will rotate by 2 degrees, no, sir.
But say
We want
reflected
the ray to
ray
rotate by
should
4 degrees.
retrace path, no? It should be incident normally. So 2
Sir,
delta, the reflected ray should rotate, no?
Sir. It should become horizontal, sir. It should not retrace path.
No. Then the light ray becomes horizontal after passing second time from the prism. After getting reflected, it should pass through the prism. Getting?
Okay, sir.
It should be 2 degree. Yeah? What is given? 40 option. Where is
1
the 40?
degree is given.
1 degree. Yeah? Okay, this one. Key change 2. Next.
Sir, in 42nd question, he said real object, but we are getting virtual objects.
Yes, sir. Plus 40 centimeter we are getting as the object, sir. And the distance between the two objects we are getting as 40 centimeter. And it is not even there in the option.
40
Distance
for
between two
42.
virtual objects I got correct only, sir, 30 centimeters, but it is virtual object.
Find the separation between two portions of real point object O for which the image frame will be coincide with the object itself in the following diagram. Question number 42. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting what you wanted to say, something.
Virtual object we are getting, sir.
Virtual object. Huh? Virtual object means?
Sir, I solved, I got two virtual objects. Distance I got correct only, what he gave 30 centimeters, but in the question he told to consider real object.
No, find the separation between two positions of real point object O for which the final image form will coincide with the object itself in the following diagram. Again, the image what point should form at the location of object only. Why you are going for virtual objects? It should be real object only, no?
Sir, if you are taking virtual object only, then we are able to get a condition where the rays are coinciding again with the object.
Find the separation between two positions of real point object. Oh, this you mean to say it should be only, it can occur only for virtual object, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let me try out. Let me try out. This is the silvered surface. This is the one position X will take it. There's an object. So there's a P1, P2. First image will be formed. This is a mu. This is a, now let's start first refraction at P1. 1.5 by P1I1 minus 1 minus X equal to 1.5 minus 1 plus R. So this will be 1 by 2R altogether this is. That image will be reflected that image will be reflected. So then it'll become concave mirror, no? Okay, then this will be 1 by P2I2 plus P2I1 equal to focal length of this will be R by 2 minus R by 2. Let me substitute always sign. This we don't know. P2I1 R plus P1I1. This should be if image is formed here, the rays after reflection
I1 should be either at center of sphere or at P2.
okay, if image is here, I1 you are saying, huh?
Yes, sir.
I1 after reflection again. Finally, after reflection and refraction, the rays should be converging at O. Then only it is possible, no?
Sir, if it is at P1 also, it will coincide, no, sir.
O and P1 are in same age. How can image be formed there?
They're not possible, huh? It's not possible. So finally, okay, this is center. But we can't put a condition that it should be there only, no? It can be. Okay, P1 I1. So P1 I1, if I1 is here, then we'll write it in some other way, P2 I1. If I1 is here, then it'll become some other value. Okay, let me try with the ray diagram. After refraction, if the rays become parallel. Okay, now you try this. By principle of reversibility of light, this can happen, no? If the rays are incident parallel, okay, there should be incident normal. Huh? Oh, something I should try for this. After refraction on the concave mirror, the ray should incident normal. Then the image should be formed at center of curvature. I1. Yeah, well, I'll start with the ray diagram. It'll be much easier. There's a one possibility. Next, other possibility. If the rays are incident at pole, they'll be reflected symmetrically. The second possibility is this one. Only I think if I1 is at center of curvature or at P2 only, this thing is possible. Next set of rays will be like this. This will be after reflection. I'll giving ray to that one. So after this will become, this is a condition. Please try to look at that arrows. If I1 is here, after reflection, if I1 is formed and I1 is formed, then I think these are only two possibilities. Okay, let's check the value. So we know now the image should be either at 2R or should be at R. I think we can check it here only. It's asking two positions of object, of real point object for which the final image formed at the, and the value of X will be different for this one. So this will be 1.5. P1 I1, first case P1 I1 will be, let me write it here. 1.5 P1 I1 minus X equal to 1 by 2R. We are very sure about this here, it will be plus R. 3 by 2R, 1 by X equal to 1 by 2R minus 3 by 2R. So next one will be 1.5 plus 2R (1 by 2R) plus 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4R. Anybody value this?
X equal to minus 4R.
Okay, the difference between them will be 3R. Minus of 4R. Here plus R we are getting. Then the difference will become
There also minus R only, sir.
minus R only. It is. Okay, 3R should be the difference, no? What is the radius given? 30 centimeter, 42. Option 3 will take it. 42. Okay.
Sir,
No.
but we got virtual objects here. X both we got negative, sir.
What do you mean a virtual object? Are you getting after reflection, the direction of rays will change, no? Am I right? After reflection, the direction of the rays will change. Then towards left, you are going to measure. The final image will be real. Huh? Object and I, both will be real, not virtual.
Image is real, sir. Object is virtual.
What object virtual? This O is real, no? See what actually happening to the ray. The ray will go like this, get refracted. Now after reflection, change direction of motion, no? And the rays are converging. After reflecting, the rays are converging. So therefore, both image and object are, in fact, really here. Am I right? No, where the question of virtually here?
Sir, x is minus 4r, so we should send that object to the
Oh.
other side of the mirror.
Oh.
In the
After
first case, okay,
reflection-
in the first case, I can accept, sir, it is real object. But in the second case, it is virtual object.
No. Here this x is minus r, no?
Yes, sir.
For
The
first
object will
case
come at C.
X equal to minus r, the object will come here. Okay, there is no problem here. No, I'll measure this x from here, no? From P1, no? It is the measurement is done from P1.
Yes,
You
sir.
Okay,
took
already I
negative
took
sign
sign
for
item.
You
So
already
okay,
substitute the
object
value
will
of
come
x.
here. Yeah, object will come here in this case. Second case, it will be 4r, so it will come on this side. Oh, yeah. In that case, I think this is not, this is the image. Okay, I'll do one thing. The rays will not be like this. They will bend. Okay, I think I'll make correction for the diagram. Now you can see this. This will be so many rays. Okay, look at this. This ray will become two arrows. Should be this one. This should be the one arrow one. And the final image will be on this side. Yeah, we'll pull it back. Okay, yeah, fine. No. This is what the final image I will not be here. Here both are, both will be real, but in this case not possible. This will be virtual. Okay, I think then question will be not possible, no? So no question of merging at same point, both. If object, if I keep it at pole itself, not possible. 42, it should be add mark. Huh? Some data problem. Okay, next again 47. Huh? (41, 47). A concave lens forms virtual image of real objects such that the distance between object and image is clear and magnified produce. The focal length of the concave lens. Forms virtual image of a real object. If I keep an object here, it will form a virtual image. Distance between object and image is 10 centimeter. He has given this distance for us. And the magnification produced is 1/4. the focal length of the lens is asking. So what is the formula? 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. So U what you can write it as V plus X, and magnification is what? V by U. So this will be 1 by 4 V by U. So then U you can write it as V plus X. Solve it, unknown thing. Okay, simple formula you can apply like this. Uh, 41. 41 refraction at apparent depth formula. I don't have a place here. Yeah, I'll solve it. 41. We'll take it to here. Let me solve it here. So there's a question number 41. You make a boundary first. Okay, there's a bird, there's a fish. The bird looks like, so this will be SB, you write it. There's a real depth. There's a mu, there's a air. So what do you mean by H1? The bird, if the distance of fish as estimated by the bird is H1. So for the bird, what will happen? The fish will appear to be at F dash. And for the fish, what will happen? The bird will appear to be at B dash. So this is what the distance is given. And next, this is what H2 is given. Able to analyze this? So what is how you write that H1? H1 should be equal to SB plus SF by mu. What is H2? How you write? H2 should be equal to the fish is at a distance SF from the boundary by mu into SB. Okay, solve for now. Let me check any other questions. 41st, 42nd. Okay, no, we'll end up this week. What is syllabus? Anybody?
YDSC, sir. The
Wave
Y-
optics. Sir.
and vernier calipers and screw gauge.
Okay, then yeah, we'll take the. Tomorrow I'll start. Huh? We'll discuss some numericals directly. Huh? Okay, I'll end up the class. Thank you. Okay, thank you all of you.